Hello, hello. Hi. Hi, Kasia.
Hi, Kasia.
It's so funny that, we've got the same name, so it's quite easy for our audience to remember.
But yeah, you
Kasia,
can just address a question to any Kasia you want, and you'll be all
yeah,
set.
Kasia is quite popular name in Poland, so here we go. We've got two in one place.
And it's
Hello.
the most beautiful name.
Oh, yes, of course. And many
Yeah.
others. So you just, don't forget about any other Asha, Basha, Yoasha. So we are a beautiful woman. Thank you, Kasia, for accepting my invitation for
Thank you for
today
having me.
live. I'm so glad. I would like to introduce you to our audience. Kasia is very famous in Poland because what she's doing. This is how I see her. So Kasia is doing for the last 12 years job interviewing with people with, so she basically is like a career consultant. So here you go, Kasia. Today will share with me some good tips and maybe easy tips and all different ideas how to be prepared and make a good impression in a job interview.
I'll try to. I'll do my best.
Yes. So I think we should start from beginning. So how to be prepared, that we also should prepare for interview.
Yeah.
Can you
And I know,
share
Kasia,
some?
you're an expert in these preparations. I know you can say a lot about that.
Yes, thank you. So, of course, nowadays, because of Corona, very popular, it's also on-screen interview, not only face-to-face like it used to be. So I will share maybe my best practice for both job interview. Face-to-face, this is the old common known practice. Always before job interview, you need to be prepared. So don't be too excited and always be prepared. Like you need to find out, first of all, about the company that you are, of course, applying for the job. Um, Sometimes people are just, sending lots of different CV without then checking where they're actually going. So it could be quite embarrassing if, if the interviewer will ask you, what do you know about the company? And you are,
Yeah. You're
you don't
speechless.
know
You
what.
don't have no idea. Which company
Yeah.
am I? What place is this?
Yeah. So the first thing is I would research some, interesting info about company because this might be one of the questions the interview will ask. What do you know about my company or this company? So anything that it's commonly, you can find on the Google, just find out, and this could be actually look really nice that you find out something
But Kasia, I have a
about.
question
Mhm.
here. Yeah, would that be more like facts about the company, like how many countries they operate in, or would you focus on mission statement and like the big ideas? What do you recommend?
I think I will mix both. So I will
Mm-hmm.
also find out about mission because I believe uh, that mission should be also working with you and with your heart because I won't go to the company that I don't know the mission because sometimes, people usually would like to work in the place where it's really, good atmosphere or whatever they are doing. It needs to be together with their, beliefs. So I will do a bit of both, find out the mission and vision, and also find out some interesting facts about the company, maybe any awards, if they won any awards or any
Mm-hmm.
research they did. It all depends about the industry, basically. So do little research on both. And
Yeah, I haven't
also,
actually thought about
yes,
research. I haven't thought about research and awards. Yeah, these are really useful tips, useful
yes,
suggestions, Kasia.
thank you. The other one, what I will also suggest when we are doing research, it's not only about the company, but the other research we should do about the interviewer. So the good portal for this is LinkedIn. So I would search the person who is actually doing interview with me on the LinkedIn, find out about him a bit more. Facebook could be also a good platform, but not necessarily, you will find there like the people that in the like workplace because what is commonly known Facebook is more social life and LinkedIn is more business life. So I will suggest and maybe recommend to do LinkedIn and little research there. What else is also important with like face to face is to get ready and get nice appearance, not, get your hair ready, get, or your clothes ready, and look tidy, nice and tidy. So this is something that you always should do before job interview. Also, the one on screen, and remember to wear the whole entire, not just, t-shirt, and then forget about trousers, for
But
example.
why
This is
not?
so,
Why?
because when you will stand up, they will you can, they can see your pants or something on screen. We could see so many gifs on on Facebook or things or different that you've got like a Zoom meeting and someone is calling you and you person stand up and can see your pants. So maybe I will avoid that.
Yeah.
So
So get
just
fully
get
dressed.
full. Correct, Kasia. So this is really, really important. Would you like to add something from your experience? It's something maybe that you do with your clients, because you are preparing basically people before job to get a job. Yes. So is there something maybe
Mm-hmm.
you would like to add?
Yeah, like I'm really curious about what you said about this, like stalking the interviewer, yeah, checking out the person you're going
Uh-huh.
to interview. And I can say from my experience, it's not so easy because if you looked at LinkedIn, the active people are people looking for jobs.
Uh-huh.
And all of the recruiters, HR people, they're just sitting quiet, yeah, and they aren't
Mm-hmm.
publishing anything. So it's really
Yeah.
hard to get to know them from their LinkedIn profiles. So it's paradoxical, yeah, you'd like to get to know them, but they aren't so willing for you
Yeah.
to know you.
But maybe, maybe because now, because of Corona, I think everything, Corona speeds things up. So maybe people, even if doing a job interview, they will finally become available on LinkedIn because things change. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
this is a tip for like another few years in advance, not now. But
Yeah,
I
it
think this
might
is
change the
something that
game.
it might change. And also, I just would like, I can see some people with us. If anyone can say hello, can you hear us? It's so quiet because Kasia, I can see on my screen if it's any
Yeah.
comments, and there's no comments. If you guys got any comments, feel free to ask. I bet Kasia will answer them, or me, I will read them loud. So if you've
Yeah. We want
anything,
questions. We want
yeah,
questions.
it's so quiet. So it will be really nice if there will be some question about the job interview. Mm, so yes, the other thing is with I will go back to your first question,
Uh-huh.
how to get ready. So a part of getting attire, you need to be on time. So this is really, really crucial. And please
Mm-hmm.
don't, not be late if this is face to face. And you should check. What I would do, like 2 days before or even a week before interview, you should check on Google what is the estimated travel journey time, because Google or any other map will show you. So this will allow you for future to don't be late. Do not search in the evening or early in the morning. Just check your map week before, exactly the same time that you will get an interview, so you will see what is the traffic. I know that maybe in some small towns it's not important, but like in London, it might be a difference, or even in Warsaw, where Kasia lives, this might be a difference and you can be late. So this is something that we should avoid. There is a Carolina is with us and she's saying hello. Do you
Hi,
know?
Carolina.
Hi. I don't know Carolina myself, so hi. Thank you for joining us. Um, uh, if you will get any question, Carolina, feel free to ask. So the other thing is with face to face to check long time before where you actually what time you should leave, and for your online you should be on time. So make sure you don't
Yeah,
gonna be late
that's
because
true.
it's not good. Yeah, it's not good, especially when you are at home. There is no excuse basically why you could be late. So please be on time.
Yeah,
And
and
then
also, like for a like live interview, don't blame everything on the weather. Yeah, recently we've been having these -20 degrees, lots of snow blizzards, and basically people are just calling me and saying they will be late because of the weather. But it's not like it's the weather right now. You could see an hour ago that it's
yeah,
like really snowy. You could have left home earlier. My God, yeah, it's no surprise, but your car will freeze. So, guys,
yes,
think. Yeah, that's a
think
good tip. Think.
think think before. And also, what Kasia, I think you will agree, it's always to look at the camera, because very often people look,
Yeah,
sometimes, and even I'm doing this because now I'm doing the live from my phone, so I keep trying to look at you, and I know that my eyes are not
I
straight
have the
into the
same.
camera.
I have the same, yeah. And also, I think as women, we have this problem. This like we always want to check that we look good. So like
Yes,
you look at your interlocutor, you look in the
yeah,
camera. My God, yeah,
it's too many views. So
yeah.
just, yeah, I think we should put like a big mirror in front of us, on the wall, and
Kasia,
then we
that's a
could
brilliant idea,
yeah,
actually. Oh my God.
we could just share, after today live, the best idea for your job interview online. Put a mirror in front of you. You know
That's
what? This is
brilliant.
yeah. This is like a practice that I used to when I because I the other part of job I'm doing, I'm training people with sales and with telephones. So I used to say, I always say, look, if you are doing phone calls, do not do it on your own. Just, you can do it on your own, but put a mirror in front of you and smile. You need to keep smiling, because when you smile, your voice change, your posture change, everything change. So please, please, guys, always smile. Not maybe like, like this. I would say to your the fourth teeth. I've got really,
Yeah,
big
I can
smile,
smile
but
number five. Yeah.
yeah, you can see the number 8 from you,
The wisdom teeth, they are gone, but you can still see them.
and a big hole. So do
Yeah.
not do it too wide. Just, just keep nice smile. This is really, really important for also job interview. Not only when you're calling a client, because client can hear actually your voice and your, if you're smiling or not. Mm, So I know that the good practice, Kasia. Do you know that there is a practice if you'd like to get better, humor? You can, if you're feeling sad and maybe a bit down, you can put, a pen in your mouth.
Yeah.
So by
Yeah.
doing this, your brain will start producing endorphin, and you will feel happy after a few minutes. So
That's true.
guys,
There
if
was this experiment and it's valid. It's scientifically true. So yes,
yeah,
Kasia, you're right.
so
Yeah.
so just,
Yeah. My God, I think we look silly. I think we should stop that,
oh,
Kasia.
yeah, it's just, it's just, and any good practice is, always better to share than, maybe someone one day will remind, oh yeah, I remember to Kasia they talk about, pen in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, guys,
Might
going
save
back,
somebody's life.
yes. So coming back to our topic, which is job interview. Um, so like we said, just be always try to smile, be enthusiastic. And what I will always say to when you are start interviewing, when you start the interview, just listen. So and listen actively. So if person like Kasia is doing now, she's shaking head. She, I can see that she's actually listening what I'm saying. So try to be focused on your interviewer and listen to what he's saying to you. So
Yeah.
this
So
is
be an
part.
active listener, but it's hard. Yeah. When you're so stressed, yeah,
Yes.
you're just thinking what you will say next. Who cares what the interviewer says or asks? Yeah.
Yeah, so what else you could do? You could practice. I would, if you got your dream job before you actually apply for your dream job, just apply to different jobs and start doing interviews like a practice. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
no one will charge you for that, but by doing few, like 5 maybe, at least, you will get really good experience, and the really dream interview, you don't gonna feel any stress because
Mm-hmm.
by practicing you will feel confident. So just try, different things around.
This
What
is
would you
brilliant,
say, Kasia?
Kasia. I've never heard this idea, but this is actually brilliant. I'm afraid most people wouldn't do that because it is still stressful for them, like these other jobs. I don't know. There's
Mhm.
this whole image of job interview as something stressful. Maybe it shouldn't be.
It all depends, Kasia. I think that if you are know what you are looking for, and if you are so confident that you are right for the job, you are feeling so powerful and confident that maybe there is a stress, because it's so normal to be stressed in a job interview, but maybe not like panicking, because they don't gonna do anything. They will just in the end might say no. You don't gonna lose your life. It's just
Mm-hmm.
no, and then you will go to the next job interview. And between job interview, I will also recommend to still keep looking. Do not like, oh, I've got interview, and suddenly you stop looking for a job, unless this is your dream job and you are
Mhm.
100% sure that you will get this job. So I will also keep looking and keep sending my CV, not just, oh yes, I've got the interview, and you will stop.
Yeah,
What
you're
would you say,
absolutely
Kat?
right, Kasia. Lots of my clients do that. Yeah, they sent a CV to one of the
Mhm.
jobs and they are waiting for a month. Yeah, like for the response.
Yeah. Oh, this is
So,
something that I will also say. I'm not sure, Kasia, if this is popular in Poland, because we're going to talk about. I know that you are a specialist in the multicultural differences, but I know that very popular is now after job interview to say thank you, like a thank you note to send to the interviewer. So this is
oh,
something that maybe you could introduce to your clients as a like a gesture of say thank you basically for having time with me. So this is something
that's a
we
great
call
tip, Kasia. Yeah, we
uh,
usually expect the interviewer to contact us and that's it. So
mm,
thanks for this tip. I will share it with my clients.
so I would like this is called like a thank you note. There are different examples. You can just basically type in a Google, say thank you note after job interview, and you will see many templates. Um, so this is something that it should be, could be introduced after the job interview. And then, like you said, people should not wait a month. They should send email within a week after a job interview. It's like a follow-up email, so you should do like a follow-up basically with the interviewer. mm,
Mhm. I think that's also a culture difference, Kasia, because we in Poland
might be.
we tend to put
Mhm.
ourselves in the victim role. So
Oh
you tend to
yes.
be a victim of the outside circumstances, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it's not I got the job or I didn't get the job, but they gave me the job or they didn't give me the job. So we're much more passive, I think, and this is our culture. And
This is culture, I know, but
so
I
the
think we
world is
should.
bad.
But yeah, but this is something, Kasia, that also people. I think in Poland it start to be more popular. Big corporation, so boss sometimes is not Polish. He might be well German, English, or different culture. So I would, even if I don't think this is a bad practice, even if this is not popular, it could be. It's for me, if I doing interview with someone, if someone will send me a message saying thank you, Kasia, for having me on interview, I will feel, oh, he's really nice. I like this this could be good, like a beginning of the work relation. So I would, even if it's not popular, and I know that Polish people very often, even myself, when I start working in UK, I was beginning was feeling like worse than everyone else because I'm from Poland. So I know
Yeah.
exactly what you are talking about, the victim role. It's enough, basically. I think it's enough.
Yeah, Polish people get out of it. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good people, we're
we
capable.
are the
Take
best.
take your life into your own hands and don't
Yes.
wait for others to do something for you.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, exactly. So just take your lives in your hands. It's great, great. It's great message to share with our audience. Like with the follow up email, Kasia, I think it's nothing bad with this. But also, what I think is important, Kasia, when you are in the interview, I would ask, my interviewer, can I find out if there will be a decision, when you will send, how you will inform me. So this is usually something that we forget to
Yes,
ask.
we do. We do.
Like we do
Hmm.
not talk about money. This is
Yeah, that's a
no,
taboo.
yeah, is a taboo, no, and we don't talk what will happen after. So just this is something that people should remember. They can do like a little checklist, like a cheat list, maybe, you know, what to ask. So this should be one of the question. How you will inform me about the result of the interview, and do not forget ask about money and any important things for you, like the time, if this will be flexible or not. But this is some like details. But I think too, because I know how stressful it could be waiting for a decision.
Yeah,
People can you
absolutely.
you can get dreamless, and sleepless night basically dreamless, okay, but sleepless night. So it's better to ask than wait, and then just do like a little follow-up email saying, oh, I've seen you a month ago. There is also lots of templates. I don't gonna go into details. Everything now is available online. So basically, just by knowing and doing little bit of research, you can find out many interesting tips.
So basically, Kasia, be more active and not passive, and this makes a good impression in a job
Yes.
interview. So this is very useful.
Yeah, remember, you've got only one time to make a good impression. This is the first good impression.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
true.
like
So don't blow it.
30, and always smile. So whatever, if it's like a face to face, you need to be strong and firm when going to the room. Don't be like hiding. Don't be like, you need to know where you're going. You need to find one point in this, where you go to the chair, look at the chair. Then you need to shake the hand with the interviewer, not like a dead fish, like this.
Yeah.
Just strong, not too strong. Do not broke anyone bones, but just
this is what men do a lot. Yeah, they break your bones in a handshake.
Yes, so they want to show you the power, So that's
how
why
macho they are. Yeah.
Yes, how strong I am. So this is something that we need to remember, to smile and shake a hand. And if we are online, it's also a smile. We cannot shake the hand, or we could wave. I'm not sure what kind of job it is, but you could possibly do some more research and then find out if wave is okay, and also to wave goodbye would be a nice thing to do. But yes, so this is something we should always we should remember, to get good first impression, because there is no way you will get second good impression unless you've got really good content that Kasia will talk about. So yeah. How to get
content
ready.
You mean how
how to be prepared with your with your message, how to be prepared with with your all questions.
Okay, what to say.
So yes, what to say, basically. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, so I do help my clients a lot, and it turns out Polish people can't do that in Polish or in English. Yeah, and I think lots of nationalities have this problem. It's not only us. So basically, what we don't know how to answer the questions. Yeah, like you talked about asking the right questions. We don't know how to answer questions, and we all know what the first question usually is. Kasia, what is usually the first question?
What's your name? I believe.
Okay, but after they should know your name. Let's hope they know their name.
Hopefully, yes. So the first, why you want to work here? Something like that.
So that's also one of the top ones. Usually, from my experience and from the experience of my clients, the first question is, tell me something about yourself.
Oh, okay.
Or tell me about you. And we are totally speechless when we hear that question, because we just don't know what to say, and our mind goes blank. Yeah.
Okay.
So I do recommend thinking what you will say to that question, because that usually is the first question, the conversation starter. And here you have lots of ways to go. The standard way, if you want to play it safe, I don't know if you'll agree with me, Kasia, but this is to tell a mini story about your professional life.
It's great. Actually, Akasha, this is like a storytelling. I believe that this is now this should become more popular. Storytelling about yourself and your achievement in previous work. It's great tip. Yeah.
So storytelling, that's very useful for selling. This is usually taught to people who want to sell things, to marketing. But come on, you're selling yourself in a job interview. Yeah, so why not sell yourself using these proven techniques?
Sorry, did I say story selling? I was storytelling.
Storytelling. You said storytelling.
Yeah, good. I was saying story selling.
I said selling. Yeah. So storytelling is for selling. Yeah. Complicated. Lots of difficult, complicated words. So basically, what experts advise, and what I also advise my students, my clients who have no idea what else to say, you could talk about each position that you've had, and remember to mention the name of your position, the name of the company, how long you worked for, your main responsibilities, and the most important thing, what you brought into the company, your biggest accomplishment, and think about numbers here. Yeah. So for example, I increased the company profits by 50%, Or if you're a recruiter, I hired 5 new consultants who have stayed with us for the past 20 years. Or I have reduced the production costs by 10%. So numbers, numbers, numbers. Yeah.
Numbers.
The sad truth is that they want you only because they hope you will be good for the business. Yeah. They don't want you because you're a wonderful person.
And you've got beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Even though that's true, yeah, they want to make money on you, yeah, how you can be useful. So prove how you've been useful in the past. And also, when talking about responsibilities, lots of us Polish people get entangled in our Polish narration, this whole language, which means nothing. So, for example, you will say, in my previous job, I was responsible for performing the duties which are characteristic for this position, and I was liable for reporting on my daily duties to my direct supervisor. So, basically, what you just said, you spoke a lot, but basically, you said that in your previous work, you worked. My main responsibility was working, and that's saying nothing. So in our country, people have a tendency to just say a lot of empty words instead of I made coffee or I sent emails.
So they describe the whole situation, what they're actually doing, not to do some, to make facts, basically talk about facts. Yeah,
we do avoid facts. We also put that in CVs, which is a total disaster because our CVs say nothing about our jobs. There is nothing specific. Yeah. So this is a big mistake.
Can I ask, because you said that would you agree that nowadays people not only talk about facts, but also I think like the people who are looking for new recruiters, they're looking also for people with soft skills. It's something that has become very popular now, soft skills. So if you know that person who you are dealing with basically is a good communicator, is a good listener. So there are different, things that they might suggest that it's going to be good for a job. Do you agree with me, Kasia, that it's also
that
good
is true,
to show?
Kasia? Yeah, it's good to show that. But the question is, and maybe you can answer that, how do we do it? How to do it? Because
that's why I said about this storytelling, by this saying in some kind of story what you've been dealing with a team, basically. So it's like combine facts and numbers with some kind of storytelling, showing that because of your good negotiation skills or your good sales skills or something, communication skills, you achieve that. So together could be a good mixture of really worth and juicy thing for the interviewer.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Kasia. Yeah, that's really, really useful and something to think about. However, I am thinking whether it's possible for the recruiters to test, like, I don't know, ability to work in a team. Yeah, you can't basically test that in a job interview.
You could ask some questions, Kasia. I think, you know what, a long time ago, when I first time arrived to UK, my dream was to be like a crew member. I love fly, and so I tried to be like a crew member, and basically
That's
I
so
applied for a
cool.
job. Yeah, I would not do that now, Jesus Christ, but it was like 15 years ago or something. I applied for a job, and it was 10,000 people, 10,000 girls, basically. And from this 10,000 girls,
10,000.
they pick 300 and ask to go to the headquarters of the fly network. What's they called? They not exist anymore. They called Fly B. It was English, like in Poland you've got LOT, so it was a Fly B in UK, like a smaller British Airways, but within the just internal. So I applied there, and they picked 300 girls. I went there. We did all different tests, and they choose only 3. So during this one, I was the one that they choose.
You were
I was
one of the 3?
Yes, I was the one of the 3.
So
Yes,
impressive.
but I just wanted to tell you how they was checking if I'm a good team player or things like that. They've been asking me about scenario from real job, from real life. What would you do if this and this will happen? For example, in a plane, if someone would be vomiting, what would you do? What will if your so they had like a ready scenario for you to play with them. So I think that by doing a scenario on the job interview, for example, with me, Kasia, if someone is applying to work with me in my other, company, I would check if they can basically, if they know how to pick up the phone and make a phone call, because this is part of the job. If someone cannot do it on the job interview, I would not even go to any further details. So there are
Mhm.
things, I think, that you could slightly bend and then bring into your interview. So just going back, I will give you what happened with me and my crew member, career. Um, I was the best basically there, and I answered everything great, and they said they loving me and they would like to work with me. But they've noticed that I'm only 6 months in England and they need 3 years customer service experience. And I
Oh,
said to them, how is this possible that I was going through the so many stages and no one before you in the end pick this up. I took day off from work. My cousin
yeah.
had to take day off because he brings me 4 hours drive. I had no car. So I said for them, please, please, for future, just think about the person who is coming,
Yeah.
because it's waste of the time. They said, you are great, you are the best. You can, but you cannot come in because it's not enough experience. You've got only 6 months. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
But
God, this is so
yes,
ridiculous.
this is something that happened to me, but I know that they did lots of different scenarios and they check my ability to work as a crew member. So I think this could be also arranged in a different in the different scenarios,
Differently.
like different companies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So your situation is really, really shocking. Mhm. It's a very shocking example. But yeah, but what you're saying, Kasia, we're also
Uh-huh.
counting on the like professionalism of the recruiter, of the person
Yes.
doing the interview. And they
Hmm.
aren't always super professional, or they don't have a good day or something. And you were lucky to have been asked these questions. What would you do if? But
Uh-huh.
what we often get asked is, are you a good team player? Yeah.
Hmm.
And how
Oh,
to answer
okay.
this question? Are you a good team player? And this is a question
I
that
would
gets asked
I
a
would
lot.
I would also bring some example from your life,
Mhm.
just by
Exactly. So,
saying the scenario that recently happened with your team
exactly.
and how you played it. So always give examples and your life story. It's the best tip to
Yeah.
share
So
with
just
your
tell a story. Yeah. This happened then and then in this company.
yeah.
The situation was blah, blah, blah. And I did blah, blah, blah. And the result for the company was blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Remember about the
Yes.
result for the company. But sometimes you have to take on more responsibility than the question. Because if you
Hmm.
answer, are you a good team player? Yes,
It's not good enough. I know that, but this is a closed question, basically, Kasia. So also, I think
it
the
is.
interviewer should ask a bit, because you can only say yes or no.
Yep.
Basically, I think the way of the interviewer question should also change. They should ask more deeply, not just yes, no, I don't know, just to find out a bit more and ask some, additional question to find out if this person is really good for the role. Um, but this is, I think, a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
absolutely true.
what I know, it's Corona speeds things up, so people, even, they, things will change, and it's really going crazy with all online things, and people will need to change their view. And maybe, because if you're doing online, it's more difficult, because when person is coming, you can see them, you can see how they, how they look like, how they operate, how they, whatever, feel, and what is the atmosphere. But online, it's more difficult to create something like that. So they will need to add some additional questions to find out about the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. They might ask you the questions like the typical job interview questions.
Yeah,
What is your biggest strength? Yeah,
this is
and
great. Yeah, tell us. Tell us.
people often have problems in answering that question. First of all, because we are brought up to be like humble, polite, and not to praise ourselves. Yeah, so we're
Hmm.
supposed to be modest. Especially, I think women have this problem. I don't want to be
Hmm.
sexist, but as girls, especially in Poland, we're brought up to be really modest and kind, and not to say, not to
Be a
boast.
good girl. Be a good girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Be
be a
a
good.
good girl.
Exactly, Kasia. I can see my mom in you. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
most moms in Poland, huh?
I think it's not
So
only my mom and your mom. Be a good girl. Remember, be a good girl.
yeah, yeah.
So
So we're still like victims. Maybe the future generations will change it somehow in these
yeah.
gender stereotypes, but we're still suffering from that. So like you have to fight yourself, your upbringing, your personality. Even if you're modest by nature, you have to fight that
Hmm.
and boast. So this is very difficult for many people. And of course, as you said, Kasia, and as we've been saying over and over, tell a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your biggest strength? So my advice is to give my client a framework. So name that strength, explain what it means, tell a story that proves it, and finish up with what it did for the company. So, for
Hmm.
example, my biggest strength is that I'm really sociable. And this means that I find getting along with people really easily. I like people, people like me, and we get great rapport
Hmm.
with others.
Hmm.
And a good example was in my last project in my previous company, where we had 50 people working together on a project and there was lots of chaos, but I
Uh-huh.
managed to get all those people to communicate, and
Yes.
we managed to share our objectives and to organize work efficiently. And I
Uh-huh.
felt it was largely thanks to me, but I was able to get all these people to cooperate and participate, and as a result we won a 5 million contract from the NASA agency. Yeah, something like
Wow.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
so
good. Yeah,
so
this
as
is
you've been
the
saying,
thing that this.
Kasia,
Yeah, it's great. It's great example. I'm just
tell
wondering
story.
if any of our attendings, there is few people watching us. Do you got any nice story to share, or maybe did you recently join some interview and just share something with us, or maybe where you at the moment? Recently, I've seen some like on some group person was asking, oh, could you say where you are at the moment? I want to know where my post is. And I was so surprised, Kasia, with answers because it was all around the place, around the world. I even had to like Google where this town is. I have no clue. So maybe if someone can share where you are. I'm in Kłodzko, in a small town in Poland. Kasia, where you are?
Yeah,
I think I
I'm
did.
in Warsaw, the capital of Poland.
Yes. And if
Uh-huh.
you don't mind sharing where you are, it would be nice to know where our audience is. Or maybe
Yeah,
if you've got
I'd love
any
to find
different
out too
questions.
where
Yeah.
people are
Uh,
listening. Yeah.
Kasia, you did say about strength and how to do the storytelling, and it was great, great example, perfect. Can you say about the weakness? What are the most common mistakes?
hmm So, like, I think we're taught the stereotypical answer to the question, what is your biggest weakness? All
Mm-hmm.
the experts, gurus, they tell us to say, I'm a perfectionist and I always want the job done as well as I can. And sometimes I don't
Mm-hmm.
sleep at night. Yeah. But I think interviewers, recruiters are fed up with this answer because it's been coming up so more and more often. And for most people, it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are using this or have been using this as a lie. So what I recommend is finding your real weakness. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And again, name that weak point. Make it true for you. It's no use lying. It will come
Uh-huh.
out sooner or later. Then
Mm-hmm.
explain in words what this means to you. So define that. Then tell about the situation where that
Mm-hmm.
happened. Yeah. And the most important, say what you have learned from that situation and how you are working to improve that
Mm-hmm.
situation. So, for example, imagine I'm a production manager at a yogurt factory,
Mm-hmm.
and my biggest weakness is that sometimes I'm not as well organized as I should be. I know I'm creative, I have lots of visions, but sometimes I fail at organizing the little things. So one day in my previous job, I forgot to order a truck for a new shipment of yogurt to two different shop branches. And because I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to order the trucks were busy, so we had to
Mm-hmm.
wait for 2 days. And after 2 days, the yogurt had gone off. So unfortunately, our company lost a lot of money. That was about 100,000 euros shipment of yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really bad, and I felt terrible in that situation. But what I managed to learn from that is to be more organized and to write down lists of things that I have to do. So I always make sure I have a
Mm-hmm.
list written down, and very often when it's a really crucial task, I ask my PA, my personal assistant, to remind me of that.
Oh.
So I do
Yes.
get more organized. I've also learned to delegate because I know
Uh-huh.
this is my weak point, but I hope I'm managing this better and better. Yeah, so
Perfect.
something like that. Yeah, nobody's
Uh-huh.
perfect, so admit that, but also say that you're working on that. What do you
Hmm.
think, Kasia?
I think it's really good to always, like you said, to name whatever if is a strength or a weakness. Just try to work with this and see how you can change this for future. So it's a great way of actually working, but with both skills, basically, not just weakness and the strength. So it's really good. Um,
Mhm.
do you know any like other mistakes that people are doing during the interview? Something that we could share with our
So there's this cultural problem between
mhm.
people from Central and Eastern Europe and
Uh-huh.
multinational corporations that we tend to use a lot of convoluted language, like we beat about the bush, we don't speak straight. And in international
Oh,
corporations, you are expected to be straight to
to
the
talk
point,
straight. Oh,
to
I
talk
see.
about the facts, to be
Uh-huh.
very direct and specific. And we very often don't do that. We avoid the specifics, the numbers. So this is something that we should definitely do.
Hmm. Can you give us some? I know that you work with multicultural corporations, so this is great. Can you give us some, some from your experience? What you find that, like, what is the difference doing a job interview with like, for example, Polish person and different nationality? Do you got any views on this?
Mhm. Yeah, for example, Polish companies and American companies, we have this difference in the terms of sociology. There was
Mm-hmm.
this social psychologist, I'm not sure about pronunciation, it's I think Gert Hofstede,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrote the book about social dimensions. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
dimensions is context. We have high context cultures and low context cultures. What this means,
Mm-hmm.
Poland is a high context culture. So you're
Yes.
expected to know
To
everything
know.
or a
Yeah.
lot of things. So basically, when you enter a theater, you're expected to turn off your mobile. Yeah. You're
Mm-hmm.
expected to be nicely dressed. You're expected not to eat in the theater. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in America, which is a low context culture, you're not expected to know that. Yeah. It's their duty to give you a
Mm-hmm.
message like no eating, please wear formal clothes, and no
Uh-huh.
phones, please. If they forget to do that, it's their fault. So what we have is again problems with communication because if you did your last job as a secretary, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and the recruiter asks you, tell me about your responsibilities. Yeah. In
Mm-hmm.
Polish, people often say nothing. Polish people often say nothing. They don't say that they pick up the phone, made coffee for the boss, they made
Because
travel
this is
arrangements.
obvious. This
This is
must be
obvious.
obvious. This must
Everyone
be obvious.
knows
Yeah.
exactly. This is what a secretary does. So what the hell am I supposed to say? Everyone knows what a secretary does. Well, no, yeah,
No, just say.
secretaries do different things in different companies. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so please talk. Yeah, don't assume that they know everything. Yeah.
This is great. You see, people very often assume, and the basic for the good communication is to do not assume. So as long, don't assume. Whatever is going on, just always find out and do it. What I would suggest to do like a paraphrase, just in case, to find out if you understood everything correctly. This saved my life in the beginning of my live, when I started living in UK. I
Uh-huh.
paraphrase everything to make sure that I'm
And
doing
that's
the
a
right
really
thing.
great strategy for both sides. You will notice,
Yeah.
as a candidate, you'll notice that your interviewer paraphrases a
Yes.
lot, especially in an international corporation, just
Hmm.
precisely to do what you're saying, Kasia, to make sure they have understood you correctly. Yeah. And if they
Hmm.
haven't, correct them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight for your message. Yeah. You don't have to say, yeah, you're right. I didn't want to like contradict him because he's the interviewer. He didn't really, that wasn't what I wanted to say, but
Remember, they're also human. They not like gods or anything. They just people doing their jobs. So they basically are like us, but on the other side. So do not afraid to ask. Not there is no stupid questions. Just always ask. It's
yeah.
better to ask and be safe than do some strange mistake or stupid mistake. So it's better to ask the question and do not assume. Kasia, what would you say?
Yeah, that's so true, Kasia. Especially, we have to remember that the recruiters are often more stressed than we
Hmm.
candidates are. This is a very stressful situation for them. They have pressure from the boss to hire someone quickly, but they
Uh-huh.
have their internal quality standards. They want to hire someone really good. They don't have really good candidates, so they have to make a compromise. It's stressful for them. They have this call, they have this training. Now it's you,
Hmm.
now it's the next candidate. He's late. Yeah, she phoned, she wouldn't be coming. We lost her CV. Oh my god, where is her CV? It's stressful for them too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not
What
the only one who's crazy.
what that brings me to my, when you said about the all craziness, as you know that, our institute are dealing with non-invasive appearance analysis. So
Yeah,
what
this is
I
really
would,
amazing.
I guess, so this is basically from different colors and different, symbols and different things. We could teach people how to read different, things in your appearance, basically. But from what would be good if you are too stressed is to bring some green color to your room or whatever. If you are going for interview, just put something green, because green will make you calm down. Is the color that it's basically will treat your stress, if you know what I'm saying. So green is a
Mhm.
good color for people if you are too stressed. If, for example, if you would like to be a better communicator, it's yellow. So I would suggest maybe to get a yellow pen or something in this color, or yellow notepad, or something that it's yellow. Basically yellow will bring you a bit more talkative to your life. You will be more, mm, uh, you will be more feeling stronger with communicating things if you've got yellow around you. And if you would like to give you a bit of power or be more strong, I would suggest you to get something in red. Red is a color for like war, fire, so this is basically energy. So if you're feeling that you've got lack of energy, or you are a bit, down or maybe cold, it also will bring you a bit of warmness to your life. So red is the right color to bring to your interview. So this is a tips from a different view, if you know what I mean. And so these three colors I will consider, and also, and I think also like navy blue. It's the right color for interview. This is a powerful color. So basically, and it's people, usually policemen, wear this navy. So this is something that means that you are a strong person. So I would not mind wearing a navy for your job interview. Uh, Guys, I know
Mhm.
that people are watching us, but they're very quiet, and I'm not sure if I connect something wrong. I can see comments on YouTube. I cannot see any comments on Facebook, but I did check, like, with my one eye on my computer. I can see us there. So I'm just wondering, did you like it? Can you share something with us? Because it's
Talk
first
to
time when
us.
people
Talk to
are
us.
talk to us, say something. I
We're
can see
fed up with
Anna.
talking.
Yeah, Anna, there's Anna from Zielona Góra, which is not far away from me. I think it's only like 2.5 hour drive. I hope you've got the same beautiful weather as we here. It's full of snow. So thank you, Anna, for saying greetings for us. Is there anyone else who will say hello, or did you like it? What was the most useful tip maybe for you? We would like to, I bet, Kasia, maybe after a live we could do some, like
A Q and
tips
A
or
session.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yes, that
Yeah.
if you've got any question and we would like to go into more details, feel free to ask us on Facebook. Kasia's got her own fan page. Kasia, can you say your fan page?
Yeah. It's angielski w pracy z humorem.
Yes, so you
Yeah.
can find this, and I've got my own also fan page, but I think it's also now transmitting through that. So it's now Institute. You can find us on LinkedIn too. So if there is any question that you are not feeling that we not go into enough details, maybe, or it's something else, just tell us, text us. We will be more happy to answer.
Yeah, we'll be
Mm.
happy to answer. Really, really.
Yeah, so Anya is saying that it's white and in Zielona Góra too. Thank you,
Oh,
thank you. So Kasia, is there something else? Because I think we already run out. We don't run out with time because we can do it like for another hour. We can talk and talk, but I know we did say it's gonna be around 45 minutes.
yeah.
So
I think we've
I,
covered the basics, Kasia. Yeah, I think
yeah,
like a lot. You've given us lots of useful advice. I've shared what I know from my
great,
experience
Kasia.
and my
I'm really
clients.
thank
So I
you.
think we
I'm
managed to pack lots of content. into
Yeah,
these
into
45
into
minutes.
yes, correct. So
Absolutely. Good
I'm
job.
really, really good job. Good job for a job interview. It's really
Yeah.
nice. Thank you, Kasia, for accepting the invitation. Thank you for sharing your great, stories, great experience with our audience, with me, because I will also, bring some um, to my life, to my, when I interview people. So
Thank you,
we will
Kasia.
just
It's been a pleasure to
thank
be
you.
here with you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. I always
Bye.
forget that it's wrong side. Bye bye. Have a lovely day. Take care.
Bye.